Have you ever wondered how an ancient civilization, thousands of years ago, built one of the most powerful empires in history in the middle of a desert? The secret isn't just the pyramids or the pharaohs. It's in the water. Today, we re-dive in deep into the Nile River to uncover the incredible engineering secrets that allowed ancient Egypt to flourish. This isn't just history. It's a story of genius, innovation, and survival that powered a civilization for over 3,000 years. Stick around, because we're about to reveal how the ancient Egyptians tamed the mighty Nile. And the answers are more brilliant than you could ever imagine. The Nile. For ancient Egyptians, it was everything. The source of life, the highway of commerce, the very heart of their world. But this powerful river was a double-edged sword. Every year, from June to September, the Nile would flood, inundating the lands along its banks. Most would see this as a catastrophe, a destructive force to be feared. But the Egyptians, they saw an opportunity. They didn't just survive the flood, they engineered it. This annual event, which they called the inundation, deposited a rich, fertile layer of black silt across the valley. This silt was the magic ingredient that made the desert bloom. Without it, there would be no crops, no food, and no Egyptian empire. The question is, how did they control this immense power? The answer lies in a system of brilliant, yet simple, water management. They weren't building massive, modern dams. Instead, they developed a sophisticated network of canals, dikes, and basins. Picture this! As the floodwaters began to rise, they would be channeled through a carefully planned grid of canals into large, man-made basins. These weren't just simple ditches. They were massive earthwork projects, miles long, designed to capture and hold millions of gallons of water. When the floodwaters receded, these basins would retain the water and the precious silt. The dikes, or earth walls, kept the water contained, allowing the silt to settle and saturate the soil. This wasn't just a passive system. It was actively managed. Scribes and engineers, who were some of the most respected professionals in Egypt, would measure the water levels with incredible precision using tools called Nilometers. Were essentially ancient measuring sticks for the river. Some were simple markings on a riverbank, while others were elaborate structures, staircases, leading down to the water or deep wells connected to the Nile. These allowed them to predict the height of the flood. A low flood meant potential famine, as not enough land would be irrigated. A high flood could be catastrophic, destroying their dikes and washing away villages. The data from the Nilometers was crucial for the Pharaohs' administration. It helped them determine the tax rates for the year. A good flood meant a bountiful harvest, so taxes would be higher. A poor flood meant they needed to release grain from the state granaries to prevent starvation. This level of planning and data-driven governance over 4,000 years ago is just mind-blowing. They were using data to manage their entire economy, all based on the river's pulse. But what happened after the flood receded and the basins were full? How did they get the water from the basins to the fields that were further away or at a higher elevation? This is where another piece of ingenious technology comes in. You've probably seen drawings of it in history books. It's a simple, elegant Tula-long pole on a pivot with a bucket on one end and a heavy counterweight on the other. With a gentle pull, a farmer could lift a bucket full of water from a canal or basin and swing it over to irrigate their crops. This shadoof was a game. It allowed them to expand their agricultural land beyond the immediate floodplain, enabling them to cultivate multiple harvests a year. It dramatically increased their food production, supporting a growing population of soldiers, priests, and, of course, the thousands of workers needed to build the pyramids. The shadoof is a perfect example of Egyptian ingenuity. A simple solution to a complex problem so effective that it's still used in parts of Egypt and other countries today. This mastery of water didn't just impact farming. It was the backbone of their monumental construction projects. Think about the pyramids at Giza. They're miles from the main channel of the Nile. How did they transport the colossal stone blocks, some weighing over 50 tons, from the quarries to the construction site? Recent archaeological discoveries have confirmed what many suspected. They built a system of canals and an inland port right at the base of the Giza Plateau. They essentially brought the Nile to the pyramids. During the flood season, the high water levels would fill these canals, allowing them to float the massive stones on barges directly to the worksite. This feat of hydraulic engineering is just as impressive as the pyramids themselves. They manipulated the entire landscape, bending the environment to their will to achieve their architectural ambitions. Without their sophisticated understanding of water management, these wonders of the world might never have been built. This intricate system also had a profound impact on their society and beliefs. The predictability of the Nile's flood cycle shaped their entire worldview. They saw the universe as an ordered, cyclical place governed by the gods. The pharaoh's primary role was to maintain the divine order and balance of the universe. A successful flood was seen as a sign that the pharaoh was doing their job correctly and the gods were pleased. The entire religious and political structure was intertwined with the rhythm of the river. The engineers and scribes who managed the Nile were, in a way, high priests of this natural order, using their knowledge to uphold the stability of the kingdom. The river wasn't just a resource. It was the physical manifestation of the cosmic order they believed in. So, when we look at the towering pyramids and golden treasures of the pharaohs, it's easy to be dazzled. But the true foundation of their power, the genius that sustained them for millennia, was their relationship with the Nile. They were not just farmers and builders. They were master hydraulic engineers. They studied, predicted, and manipulated the most powerful force in their world, turning a potential disaster into the source of their prosperity. They built a civilization on a schedule dictated by water, using simple tools and brilliant planning to create a surplus that fueled art, religion, and architecture on a scale the world had never seen. The real secret of the pharaohs wasn't buried in a tomb. It was written in the canals, the basins, and the very soil of the Nile Valley. The legacy of these ancient water secrets is a powerful reminder that sometimes the most profound innovations aren't about complex machines, but about a deep, intelligent understanding of the natural world. The Egyptians didn't fight the Nile. They danced with it. And in that dance, they built an immortal legacy. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back in time. What part of ancient Egyptian ingenuity fascinates you the most? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more secrets from the ancient world, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We have so much more to explore together. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.